Hello, guys, and welcome back to Talking F1 with me, Lampis. Hope you had a wonderful weekend, and I just want to say what a amazing Baku Grand Prix we had this weekend. It was absolutely insane. I'm actually still in shock um, because the race just literally just about the hour back it happened. So yeah. Anyway, yeah. Remember to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching. As always, Before I start, just want to say go check out the qualifying. It was insane qualifying, with Leclerc taking pole position out of nowhere, and we had 4 red flags in that qualifying. So go check out the highlights of the qualifying on the official F1 page, and yeah, go check it out. It was insane. Anyway, before I start with the race review, uh, I'm just gonna say who was on the podium. So it was Perez in first, Vettel second, Gasly in third, and yeah, when you hear a podium like that, you know something went down. But yeah, let's go through the race and let's review what happened. So we had this, at the start of the race, Leclerc, led about 2 laps, and at lap 3, Hamilton overtook him. Now that was expected because the Ferrari, which actually did great in qualifying, but it didn't have the race pace, and uh, I thought it was going to happen. He's not going to lead the race for long. At lap 6, Verstappen overtook Leclerc, and Leclerc actually did well to stay mm, about 1.5 seconds behind Hamilton, and that put Verstappen actually in great position because the Red Bull seemed to be faster than the Mercedes. And at the next lap, Perez overtook Leclerc, and again Red Bull prime position, 2 cars, and in the top 3, and you know Mercedes and Bottas in 10th. So yeah, ideal for Red Bull. Perez had a great start. He started from 6th, and he overtook 2 guys, and he was in fourth, and then he overtook Leclerc, so he was in third. So yeah, the race was kind of settling down as always just before the pit stops, and then everybody gets excited again. So Hamilton came in first, and he put on a hard tire, but he had a slow stop because Gasly also came into pits, and Hamilton couldn't be released. Otherwise, it would have been an unsafe release, and that definitely we all knew then Verstappen is going to lead the race after the pit stops. So next lap Verstappen came in, great stop, went out, and was about 2 seconds in front of Hamilton. Then Perez, which was showing some pace in the Red Bull, did an excellent lap before his pit stop, and he also came in front of Hamilton by just a bit. And we saw Perez doing excellent job by keeping Hamilton behind, and it was a battle for a few laps. And Verstappen was about 4 seconds in front of Perez, and in the end, Hamilton just couldn't stick at the pace Perez had, and Hamilton started to tumble, and he was about 2.5 seconds behind Perez. Um, in not too long. So yeah, I was like, okay, it's a one-stop race because they went to the hard, so they're just going to go through till the end on this tire. And I was like, okay, it seems like this is going to be Verstappen, Perez, Hamilton, and yeah, that's how the order was going to end. And you know, I was like, okay, it's going to be quite boring. And then suddenly, lap 31, Stroll just crashed out of nowhere on the straight. And when you see a car crash on a straight, it's usually a tire or tire failure of some sort, puncture or whatever. But this seemed like a tire failure. And, everybody was like, oh, that's kind of weird. There wasn't any indication that he has a flat tire or a puncture or all that stuff. But luckily, it was, it was a serious crash, I would say. But luckily, nothing serious happened. Perez, Stroll um, wasn't injured, and everybody was okay, thankfully. He crashed at the pit lane entrance, so the pit lanes was closed. So there wasn't going to be any stops or any, you know, other strategies going to happen. And everybody looked. We were looking forward to seeing the restart. So at the restart, Verstappen tried to, you know, at the last moment, he went for it. And Hamilton actually got a great start on Perez, and almost overtook Perez. And again, Perez, was under extreme pressure, and he still kept Hamilton behind him. And that just showed me that Perez definitely is beginning to understand the Red Bull, which is great. Anyway, a few. It was at lap 40 they restarted, and about 5 laps. A few laps after that, I just, I could see. Okay, it seemed like they're settling down again. We have Verstappen in first, uh, Perez in second, and Hamilton, and I thought it was going to stay like that. But quickly before I go on, just want to say, so Vettel, he went longer on the soft tire. He was leading the race for a couple of laps because he didn't stop, and he came in uh, at behind Leclerc, which was then in sixth. He came out in seventh, and then we had the crash, and he moved up into sixth place. Leclerc fifth, Gasly in fourth, and uh, Vettel had much newer tires, and we were like, okay, maybe Vettel can come in fifth or fourth, you know, maybe, but wow, stuff happened. Anyway, 5 laps to go, and suddenly we just see Verstappen crashing on the straight, and your first thought is, oh, damn, the championship. This could be the end of his championship opportunity, because such incidents like tire failures and all that stuff. It's just you know yeah, it just destroys your opportunities for the championship because you lose all that points. You don't even score nothing, and I was like, oh damn, we were just having a close competition in the front, and now it was just destroyed. So yeah, it also seemed like a tire failure. As the Red Bull engineers, they didn't see any indication of a puncture or anything. So it seemed like it was a tire failure. But anyway, the race was red flagged. There was about 3 laps left, and we were like, I was like, okay, Perez needs to try and keep Hamilton behind him. So it was a normal, stop start, where 5 red lights and we race again. It wasn't a rolling start. So uh, everybody changed tires, all that stuff, and at that moment, Vettel was in fifth. So at the start, uh, Perez got a good start. Hamilton also got a good start. And Hamilton seemed to be in front of Perez for his first corner, but Hamilton, was pushing too hard and he just locked up and just went straight on. And, to see that mistake from a 7-time world champion is quite unusual. But anyway, first thought also was like, oh, okay, we have a championship again. It's still 4 points between Hamilton and Verstappen, so that goes on. Now it was just an insane, race for the podium. And at the start, Vettel got a great start, overtook Leclerc, and on the straight, of the first lap on the straight, he overtook Gasly out of nowhere. And it was just a crazy, crazy restart, crazy, uh, you know, circumstances and everything what happened. And in the end, we had Perez, Vettel, and Gasly. And I just, we would have never expected that to happen. Um, Vettel getting his first podium for Aston Martin, and definitely, personally for me, driver of the day. He just did everything right, and yeah, he just did everything right, and he got his first podium for Aston Martin, and it was just great. And Gasly also, and Perez, you know, yeah, it was just insane race. But yeah, as you can hear, I'm still in shock. But yeah, anyway, let me know in the comments what you thought about the race. What, yeah, what describe it for me. Tell me what's your driver of the day and all that stuff. Yeah, but thanks for watching and check you next time.